Hello everyone. I'm going to sell this time a really nice Superior Electric Slo Syn 3880 EP1-V micro-stepper driver with translator. Usually they sell separate the driver and the translator. In this case, both things are together. It's backward, it's upside down because I just want to first show you the model number. It's an indexer motor drive. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is some important information that I found on the internet. The full manual, which is 58 pages. Sometimes you find 24 pages, but I found the 58 pages, which include everything you need to know about the driver. My advice is to read the whole manual first before you start using this very powerful driver. I want to highlight some things, first of all, for the express setup, I will include those few pages which include most of the important information, and if you in the buyer to purchase this item, I will give him the link to download the whole manual. Some people sell the manual, I can't believe that, but anyway. By the way, before to start with this, I want to tell you, if you find this piece cheaper than in eBay than that I selling, please let me know to make the adjustments. But I think I'm the cheapest in eBay, or the low expensive in eBay to sell this type of driver. Okay, well, the first thing is in the first page that starts the express startup procedure. It show you the pin assignment for the serial. It's important because through the serial port is what you're going to handle most of the features of the driver, including the micro-stepping resolution. Okay, the second one, the other page that I want to show you real quick is an introduction. The driver is up to 3 amps peak. It start with 2, is going up to 3 amps peak. This is a 31 API. The one that I have is 3180 EPI-B, so each is actually is more complex, has more capabilities, but the PI is included in the model, which is this one, because the manual, the 58 manual show all the information for the 3180 series driver. They have a different models. Okay, so it's basically it's a 3 amps peak, and I start with 2. The way you have to, it's very important to read the manual to don't damage your driver, especially when you switch the current into the small compartment which hold the 4 different switches for the different current amperage. One of the important things is whenever you want to switch the current, you have to disconnect the driver and let the rest for a few minutes until the capacitor leak all the current holding. It's very important, that way you can perhaps could damage your driver. And then you have to, by the way, I want to include this 100 ounces torque. Nice beautiful motor. It's used, and you see it's kind of you know, cosmetic scratches and stuff, but it's a nice motor. And actually it's made by the same company, Superior Electric Slo Syn. 100 ounces torque, 200 steps per revolution, 2.2 volts, 4.6 amps, very high amperage. So this is 3 amps. This will be work great perfectly, not hot at all, at the maximum. But not hot at all, I mean, I'm sorry, it's gonna be, you know, reasonable warm. However, if you notice some kind of overheating or something, it's because you are probably using the maximum current setting. Anyway, okay, the motor is kind of heavy too. It's about probably 3 pounds or so of weight. It's pretty close to the driver. And they have 2 indicator lights. I just wire, you know, carefully wire without, don't let them touch, because it's very quick test. And what I'm gonna do, if you notice the motor is turning, I hope you're able to see, by hand. It's hard to find this anthenol connector, because most of the driver doesn't came. I saw in eBay doesn't have the connector. It's very important to have the connector. Without the connector, it's hard. It's an anthenol connector. So I found one, and then you have just to twist it until you feel the little step tell you what is the position, and then screw in. Okay, it's built in 2 lights. Let me put the sideways. It's built in 2 lights, the power and the temperature. This light not supposed to be on ever. The only way it's on is when it's overheat. The power on is fine all the time, but not the temperature. If you have the temperature on, and then you have to turn it off and figure out what's going on. Maybe it's too much amperage pulling out from the motor or something. I mean, pulling out from the driver to the motor, or perhaps some other things. I will include the power cord also. And this is the indexer right here. Through the indexer, without the indexer, it's going to be very hard to use the driver without, because you need the RS-232 serial port to communicate to the computer very easy, to get all the features and to manage all the capabilities of the driver. Let me power on. It's power on right there. You could see the red light. Let me drop the light a little bit and turn it off for just a second, and you can see this is the light, red light. Okay, now the driver is energized, and energize the motor as well. So if you see, I'm not able to turn this anymore. That means the driver is in good working condition, because it's communicate to the motor, and the motor is holding torque very hard. Actually, if I use a plier just to figure out, you see the steps right there. Okay, so the driver is in good working conditions. It's the only test I'm able to do so far, because it's pretty complex to make another more test about it. But that means that the driver is communicate with the motor, and you have to do through the indexer the rest. You have the input out, that's very important, and then you have the encoder section. So you're able to have a motors with encoder and make the proper adjustments through the computer for the encoder as well, because everything is through the computer. This is the translator input output. You have many capabilities. It's extremely powerful driver. Okay, I want to turn it off or plug it off, and then when I do that, the motor starts to turn it again, and I feel a little warm because was energized and holding torque. Okay, let me remove this for a second. Okay, another thing to finish is that in the introduction you find all the you inside of the driver is a non-volatile, is a memory to allow 400 lines of program. It's quite a few. It's quite a good, I mean, 400 lines of programming, and then it's very easy to program and input output controls. It's another thing that I want to point in that this is the beginning, and then it started talking about the parameters, factors, defaults, values in the steps and full steps. The driver, in one page I could find that is full and half a step, and allowed in a full step. The line 90 means the command is going to be from 0 to 15 pulse per second, and the factory defaults up to 1 to 125 steps, and the L70 equals 125. This is the command, I believe. I think right away about that. L70 equals 1 is between 0 to 1 to 115 pulse per second. The up to L70 equals 125, or 0 to 1,875,000 pulse per second. Now, I'm talking about the resolution. In full step, which is L70 equals 1, is $1,000. I'm sorry, $1,000. Sorry about that. It's thousands pulse second. I need money. It's 1,000 pulse per second. Half a step, L72 is 2,000. 5 is 5,000 pulse, and 10,000 pulse, and the 125 is 125 pulse per second. The microstep driver, so you can handle all this what I said. And then let's talk about the acceleration, and the acceleration is a very nice, very high acceleration, deceleration, which is very important, especially if you have to work if you need, the machine work faster. And then talking about the low speed, and then the home speed, the time you can send homing the motor. I mean, we can spend probably all day talking about this wonderful driver, but the translator resolutions, once again, full step, half step, 15 step, excuse me, and okay, I will include this, and I just try to to briefly give you an idea. I want to sell for $125 both things. The 100 ounces superior electric Slo Syn motor, the driver including the translator, I mean the indexer, all together, the power cord, the connector for the motor, and everything for $120, and $20 for shipping. Is very heavy. Both things will be more than 10 pounds of weight, perhaps, kind of close. And I need to send by USPS parcel post. $120 and $20 for shipping. Once again, if you find this combination of the three items for less than $120, let me know and I could give you better deal just in case. But I see these drivers from $150, not including motor, up to $800. I don't know. Anyway, including the power cord, what you see right here is what you get. This is the mounting brackets, and well, thank you for be patient. Sorry for the mistakes in my speech, and thanks for watching. I will take some pictures and will be for sale pretty soon. Thank you and have a great day.